that was just such a traumatizing experience. And it's all because of my new job. Hey! Oh my god, that was so stupid. I never greet like, hey. Ugh. Anyways, hey y'all, what's up? It's Brandon Lord. Welcome back to my channel. So I've started my new job and it's been 2 weeks at my new job and it's been stressful. Acclimating to working in an office again and having to get up early and commute, it's even made me into a morning person. And I know I've joked about that before. I was like, oh, maybe I'll become a morning person. Ugh. No, like, I am a morning person now. Like, on the weekends, I, like, wake up early, too. And it's weird. Like, yesterday I woke up, this is Sunday. So yesterday I woke up at, like, 7:45 a.m. For what? I had nowhere to go. And then today, like, 8. And also, I, like, fall asleep so easily. I used to never be able to fall asleep easily at all. It would always take me so long to fall asleep. And now I fall asleep insanely easy. And I'm like tired and like I get to a point where I'm like, okay, time to go to bed. Usually I like to stay up late. Now I really don't. Like, it's just weird. It's a shift. But I kind of like it. Not gonna lie. I think I mentioned this in my last video. The job is kind of far, like maybe half an hour without traffic. But the thing is, there's always traffic. And in the morning, I actually don't mind it that much because I feel like it's time to decompress, drink my coffee, listen to podcasts, you know. And there's some time in between like waking up and like having to like get to work. So I actually like the morning commutes. The evening ones, the worst. It's just there's always rush hour. And I try to leave a little later to like avoid traffic, but genuinely, there is just no avoiding traffic, and that would be the case wherever I worked, regardless of how far away it was. But on top of this just being a little further, I'm not a fan of the rush hour commutes. But alas, it is what it is. I don't know why I set up in my kitchen. I kind of did because I'm gonna make coffee. So like there's that. But I'm gonna do that real quick. Pause. This is the good stuff. I don't know if you can see it. I have like my huge studio lights on, even though I'm just in the kitchen, because honestly, the lighting in this house is maybe the worst. Can you see? Yeah, you can, kind of. In case you want to know. The lighting is just so bad, like anywhere in this house. Like maybe if you're by a window, you'll get lucky and get good lighting, but while that's brewing, so, you know, speaking of the rush hour commute, I do have a bit of a horror story. So, it happened, an event happened on Friday, the week I started work. So that was what, the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, the 18th. Yes, I still use my fingers. You know, I had gotten through the work week. I had, you know, braved through the commute, got acclimated to my job, got to know my coworkers, like, all was bliss. And I'm excited to get home because it's Friday and I'm just gonna relax and get some food, some Uber Eats, like, you know, and just watch TV and be like, wow, Brandon, you really got through it. You know, as I'm getting home, and the commute's winding down, I get on like the final section of the highway, like I can almost see the end zone kind of, like it's good, like the end is near for my driving and I can just relax. And you know, it was rush hour as I've mentioned, and you know, there's a lot of cars and there's a lot of big trucks too, and there was a big truck that was kind of going slow. And so I was able to kind of go around it, and I was like, yeah, I want to get home, like I need to go. So I do, and as I'm passing, like, I pass it a little, and then I hear what I thought was like a rock hitting my car. Like, it just sounded like something that hit my car. Nothing crazy, really, but it was loud enough to be like, what the fuck? But I thought it was just a rock, and I didn't really think much of it, though. It didn't sound like it really did all that much damage, so I was like, I'll check it when I get home, but I'm sure it's like fine, like whatever, nothing you can do. I'm driving and then I start to hear kind of like a loud noise. Like it just sounds like a loud car is driving. And again, I'm surrounded by cars and there's like big cars and my car is very small. It's like a Honda Civic hatchback. Like it's modestly sized, but nothing crazy. I'm like, that's weird. There's like a loud car. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I'm kind of like, is that my car? But my car's not loud. So I'm like, I don't think it is, but whatever. Just keep driving. And then all of a sudden, my tire pressure light comes on. I'll be honest, I'm stupid. And I was just like, I didn't think much of it because my tire pressure light always comes on. Like at the dumbest times, like weather change, because it has been a little colder in the mornings, you know, with winter and everything. So it's not uncommon for my tire pressure light to come on and it really not be anything. And then like, really, if I just reset or like just check it and see if it's fine, it'll go away. Like sometimes something needs to be done, but most of the times not. And so I'm just like, oh, that's annoying, but like I'll check it out when I get home, like whatever. And then, you know, I keep driving and I still hear like a loud car. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like this has to be my car, but I don't know why it's like being so loud. Like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm just driving so fast. I look at my passenger side rear view mirror and I notice that my tire's smoking. There's just smoke. So much smoke. On the rear tire on the passenger side, it's just smoke. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, I guess what I thought was a rock hitting my car was my tire popping, and I blown out my tire. So that was fun. I'm like, this is fucking wild. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, I need to pull over. Like, this is crazy. Well, first I'm kind of like, can I make it home? Like, and at this point, when I kind of noticed, I was 2 exits away from the exit that would take me home. And like, I don't live far from the exit. But I'm stupid. I don't know anything, as I've mentioned. And with my tire smoking, I'm like, I don't know if my car's gonna fucking set on fire. Like, this is wild. Like, I don't know. Like, this is a lot of smoke. And like, it would probably like, I don't know if this is gonna fuck up my car. Like, I need to pull over. So, I pull over on the highway during rush hour. And where I pulled over, like, there wasn't anywhere really safe to pull over. Like, there was just like a railing kind of, but it was just like a small area off to the side. I pull over. I'm sitting in my car and I'm freaking out because there's so many cars passing. They're like shaking my car as they pass. And I'm like, I need to get out of this car. Also, mind you, my coworker, a few days prior, it was Tuesday, we had went out to lunch to celebrate me and my other coworker starting. And we're driving and she tells this story about how there was an accident recently, like nearby where we work, like on the highway, and like, or maybe not an accident, I think someone's car broke down, and then some guy stopped to help him out. And as he was helping the guy out, another car hit that guy and he died. So that was going through my head the entire time. As I'm sitting in my car, and it's shaking with cars passing, I'm like, I'm gonna die. This is why I heard the story. Like, that was a sign. Like, that's why she told me. I was meant to hear that story. It was an omen. So I, like, push my seat back. I get out through the passenger side, and I walk more towards, like, past the rail. Like, I'm basically in someone's fucking backyard. Because I'm like, look, you know, if my car gets hit, that sucks. Like, it really does. But better the car than me. I'm trying to get AAA to come, but then actually roadside assistance showed up, like a angel. They come and he says, oh, what's the problem? And I'm like, oh, my tire blew out. And they were just like, okay, we can put the spare, but like it might take a while because he needed to set up cones because, again, there's a lot of traffic. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, as long as you can help. And I'm like worrying this whole time because I'm like, I don't want him to get hit like this, like, and then I be the cause. Like, it was just traumatic. And I was just like, I just want to go home. It takes a little bit, but honestly, what is time when your adrenaline is going up and you're freaking out? they fixed the tire and put the spare one in. And he's just like, you know, this one is very temporary. You're gonna need to get a new one, like, quickly. And I'm like, bet. Thank you so much. You're the best. I gotta go. So we leave, everything's fine. And like, I got a new tire the next day. That was just such a traumatizing experience. And it's all because of my new job. If I didn't have to commute and drive that much, maybe that wouldn't have happened. I'm kidding, kind of. I haven't driven my car as much before this whole commute, and it's been a lot of driving. So quite honestly, it probably was a lot of this like constant and like far driving that maybe caused my tire to be like, I don't know, bad. I don't know. I think maybe I hit a nail. I really don't know. But honestly, it's all fine. I got a new tire. It's like all good. We checked the tire pressure of all my other ones and like put those up because they were kind of low because fucking the next day, like not the next day, because I got a new tire on Saturday and then it was Monday. And like when I was driving to work and like when I almost got there and was like close to it, the tire pressure light came back on. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like really more tire issues? But then when I got home, we actually checked the tire pressure for all the tires and they were a little low, like not that low, but like low enough. So we just like filled them up and like now it's fine and my car's driving great. But that was just a lot. I think maybe if my tire had blown out like when it wasn't rush hour on the highway, it would have been like fine, like whatever, it happens. But I think given the fact that it was rush hour and there were so many cars and my coworker had just said that story, I was just freaking out and I just wasn't good for the rest of Friday night. I was fine the next day, but I was like, this, really? I had just, like, I'm literally on the last stretch home from working, like at the end of the week, and that happens. The coffee's ready. I'm gonna get coffee. The best creamer. Love it. So my mom got these new mugs, and they might be my favorite mugs ever, because they're just clear and look cool. And like the way they are, like they don't get hot, but they still keep your coffee warm. And it's just like you can hold it like that, and you don't burn your hand. Isn't that fun? Anyways. Yeah, so that's how I've been pretty much. Yeah, that's my little check-in, you know. Overall, I really like my new job. It's been a great experience so far, and I like all my coworkers and everything. But, you know, aside from the tire situation, it's been fine. So, I really like it, and yeah. I did just post, you probably noticed if you're a subscriber, I posted all of my podcast episodes. And it was just because I decided I also wanted to have them on YouTube on top of all the podcast platforms that it's on, and I just wanted it available everywhere. And I was just like, why not just post it on this channel? But I had already done like 11 episodes. And so I was just like, I don't want to do them all at once, but I want them kind of up quickly. Like I don't want to do like one a week. Like I just want them out there. So I started by doing like 2 a day, and then I think Friday I was just like, this is too slow, let me just do 4. And the final one was posted today. And then this week I'm taking it off because I'm focusing. I wanted to do a new YouTube video. I'm gonna be posting those probably every time I do an episode. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to, and like, just let it be. But if you do want to listen, it's a fun podcast, I love it. It's still really hot. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!